Alright, fellow Tarnish, welcome back to the playthrough of Elden Ring. I'm Stubbs the Wizard, and I am playing right now as Justin Greymere. He's a Baron of the Blue Hills and a stealth wizard. He uses the dual staves of loss and only invisibility sorceries, or night sorceries as they're known. Let's take a look at his stats. There they are. Won't change much, just little by little I'm going to get the vigor up into the 50s. There's all the night sorceries. That's all I can use, and no melee. We're generally not using summons, although I'm going to use some of the summons just for gameplay, like Nefeli and things like that. That makes sense with the story. But I may not use the ashes. These are the staves of loss, of course, one in each hand. The misericord is meant just for critical hits. You can't go up and start whacking people with them. And then the black knife, gauntlets, and, well, armor, let's say. It fits the theme of the stealth wizard. And that's like the sorcerers of Steli. We're all a bunch of assassins. That's what they're taken from. And then we're going to change this Arrow's Reach talisman. But there's the other talismans to, increase sorceries. And you might wonder why I have the Arrow's Reach talisman there, since I'm not going to be using, the, bows and arrows. The Arrow's Reach talisman also increases the range of certain spells. Rock Sling is one of them. I tested that. Let's take these guys out. Let's take 2 of these. It does. Rock Sling is one of them, but Ambush Shard, believe it or not, is also one of them. Now we will probably end up going over this way and to the other bridge over time. I might go clear that out before we take on the dragon. Ouch! You're a jerk. I could not hit him. That was very unexpected. I could not hit him for some reason. I guess I gotta go through there dismounted. Alright, hope we don't play that. Here we go. I'm gonna be irritated if I survived all that stuff, all the drama, fully looting the Bestial Sanctum, and then lose all these runes to the vulgar militia. That's going to pretty much irritate me. Another thing that was odd is, if you notice, well, one of the things I mentioned before, when I put in, let's say I defeat somebody in an Everjail, if I put in, we were like weeping Everjail or whatever, it tells me I have to get rid of the profanity before it'll let me post it. Yeah, there's a dragon. So we'll come back to him. And so I gotta put in stupid stuff like Ever Prison, so that it recognizes that I'm not using profanity. And I get why they don't want profanity in their titles. Children could see it and so forth. Although at some point you would have to at least somewhat look at parenting if children are getting too much into some of the social media stuff. But it's also not that easy. I know, I'm a parent. I have 4 children, all adults, and they've, you know, they all sort of have a ride that contributes to society, you know. But, you know, I know that they snuck around and do stuff they shouldn't do probably when they were younger, you know, and you know, just like when I was a teen, I did stuff that's probably pretty silly, you know, but you know, it's part of growing up. You learn stuff, and I don't know, when I was coming up, it was a little more relaxed and stuff, but you know, I will say that back when I was growing up, that the like porn had a lot more stigma, and it just was not available. For instance, now it just pervades everything, which is lamentable. But when I was growing up, I grew up in St. Louis. There's a bridge over the river there. It's called the Old Chain of Rocks, and you can look it up. I know there's a guy over here too. There you are. There's also little mines here too. Yeah, there they are. Whew. Sure. Throw your little dirt clods at me. Oh, hello. There we are. That just happened. I see the little mines there. So something tells me I'm not going to get out of this being poisoned. But anyway, at any rate, there's a bridge there, the Chain of Rocks. And you guys can Google, look it up. Oh shoot, I'm poisoned. I knew it. I'm already poisoned, so this doesn't really hurt me to set them all off. This is in some ways overkill. Your commanding officer is going to be like, what happened to our entire stockpile of mines? And you're going to have to say, well, we just spread them everywhere. And we put enough poison to poison 14 ox, you know, or oxen, I guess. I see you. Oh, these guys got like death imbued sickles, which I don't like. I thought there was going to be a night cavalry over here. I don't know that I feel up to taking on night cavalry. What does this say? Only had a clip. I don't need to go over this bridge. I'm going to cure my poison by going over here. We'll take on the dragon. But anyway, my point about the bridge over the Mississippi, there's a Chain of Rocks. So there's 2 bridges there now. There used to only be one on Route 66. Now my whole life there's been the modern one that's 270, but the old bridge, I think it was built in 1927. It's still up. It had or has a turn in it. And it is the turn was for navigation. He's going to run a flip. I knew it. again. So this is not... This fight seems like it was usually more challenging. So there you go. Dragon is dead. Anyway, when I was growing up in St. Louis, that bridge was falling apart. And it's really interesting. There's rapids in the Mississippi there. And it goes over them, and it has a turn in the middle of the river. It's unusual, to say the least. It's iconic, I would say. But the reason they had to do that was for the navigation, because in the old days the river traffic had to sort of line up with the rapids and then kind of shoot them. And but when I was growing up there, you know, the bridge had been closed. The bridge closed in the late 60s, I think. Maybe, I don't know the exact date, 67 maybe. But, so it was all sort of dilapidated and broken down. They had a little berm of dirt to, you know, keep people off it and stuff like that. And, yeah, believe it or not, it didn't work for teens. We still we go out on the bridge. Now, looking back at it, it's fairly dangerous, you know, because there's holes in it. We would get down on the little pylons over the river there. If we fell in, I mean, I'm a good swimmer, but that may well have been the end of it, you know. And I wonder if there's anything in here I need, actually. But yeah, I mean, that's teenager stuff. You get into things, and you know, it's just sort of by the grace of God you survive, and because you make some unwise decisions. But you know, still comparatively, you look at, well, people being online. I mean, obviously this is before the internet, so we entertained ourselves by going and dangling off a bridge over the Mississippi. But if you look at the relative, yeah, nothing in there because I already have all my memory stones. Yeah, if you look at the relative, I guess, danger of, you'd rather have someone look at a title of a YouTube video that has, quote, profanity in it, or even porn or something like that, compared to being out on a bridge that's, you know, you're hanging out, you know, maybe 90 feet over the water. It was, you know, relatively, the profanity is a lot safer, you know. And anyway, that's probably just a difference in generations, I suppose. But all that from them saying, when I put in my last video where I said I looted, or the wizard, you know, looted the Bestial Sanctum, it said you gotta remove the profanity. What profanity? And it took, well, that was a waste. It took bestial as being profanity. You know, I guess like bestiality or something like that. Like, well, a little bit annoying, but also, you know, you understand why the algorithm, you know, thinks that way. Because humans will figure out ways to say, I'm going to put profanity in there that the computer won't catch, but humans will understand. I remember I was playing, maybe in RuneScape, I don't remember what. I think it was RuneScape, and one of the things you could not say on it was bitch, you know, and it was really funny to me because uh, people would put in bish, B-I-S-H. It didn't catch that, but everybody knew what it meant anyway. I think that story is probably more interesting to me than anybody else. But what we're gonna do, take a look at the map real quick. Okay, we got to the Lenny's Rise. Worded Catacombs are actually later on after we fight Radon. And actually, I can fight Radon. I can force the Radon fight from over here. And I might even try to cheese him. But what you do is you jump off the cliff here. There's a spot where you can fall all the way to the battlefield and die, and you can revive the Stake America and then just go over and do the fight. And I think this time, just for fun, I might do a cheese, show you guys a cheese of Radon, where you come over here and jump up on a tree, and Radon kind of chases you up and then falls to his death. But I will, I'm going to come this way, so we'll look at Dragon Barrel Cave first. So how do we get it from this side? Fort Faroth, and we'll do the minor Erd tree. So what we're doing is we're just starting to open up Caelid. And what I'll do is, yeah, this is starting to get a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here, the episode that is, and we'll pick it up from here next time. Just keep opening up Caelid and wreaking havoc in the lands between. Alright, well, I appreciate it if you'd click like, and if you subscribe, that'd be great too. I also appreciate all the comments you guys want to send, different ideas or anything you want to talk about. I really enjoy that engagement and interaction. And I will answer all comments. And so I thank you for watching, and as long as you keep watching, I'll keep making them. Thanks.